Welcome everyone to the English Restream of RTA in Japan Winter 2025. We've been hosting it since Thursday on December 25th, and I've been uploading constantly the VODs for everyone who have missed some runs to the YouTube channel, which has a fantastic Mario blocks just earlier with Super Mario World, Mario Maker 2, and just now Super Mario Galaxy. That will be coming up on the overall channel pretty soon, today or tomorrow. In the meantime, no one had been expecting the French Inquisition, because we have yet another French commentators for the next one, that is Fizz and the Rainbow Planet. Welcome to Ulvind, and I will be myself as well, your French host, Pigeon. How are you doing today, Ulvind?
Doing fine. It's definitely going to be... So, Fizz and the Rainbow Planet actually discovered this game a couple months ago while just browsing through the Switch eShop. It's actually a very neat game. I'll talk about it a little bit more when we get into the run, of course.
Is this yet another game in your list of new runs that you have done this year? Or is it like in the current work?
It's in the backlog. It's definitely in the backlog.
I see. So it is in the 2026 blog?
Yeah. Go on. Will they reach 10k? Like
they've done that so a couple times.
Okay, they've done it at least. That's good.
Yeah. Well, sadly, I don't think that 10 will be able to remain on the top.
Yeah, that's going to fall off. Yeah, there we go.
That's
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's really sad.
At least they got 10k.
Yeah. So this game like came up on both Switch and Switch 2s, or is this just like a Switch one release so far?
It's on the eShop, so basically you can take it on Switch and Switch 2, but it's a PC game. It was released first on PC, and then the version 2 was released on Switch.
I see. So if it came out on PC, then it is indeed part of a Steam sale at 30% off for anyone who will be interested to buy it.
I think it's even cheaper on the Switch because it has an even more massive sale, if I recall correctly. At least in the French eShop, it's like €3, if I recall correctly.
It is indeed at €6 off of Steam currently. So it does look like a kind of a traditional platformer.
Yeah, there's going to be a few subtleties. We're going to talk about it when we get to the run, of course. There we go.
はい、それではフィズと虹色の星 RTA 始めていきたいと思います。奏者のペンタルス、よろしくお願いします。マリオのゲームが続きました。このゲームもスーパードラゴンが活躍するゲームとなっております。早速始めていきましょう。今回はこのタイムアタックモード、そしてこのノーマルを選んだところからタイマースタートです。3カウントで参りましょう。3、2、1、スタート。
We are going to start already, so here
Good luck. ありがとうございます。
And then, just as we take control of Fizz, our Blue Dragon, we're going to return to Plaza. This is a bit of fun because just having to first to the Plaza, where we have the different stages, and every single stage is split basically 3 acts style. So this is Siren Plains, which is the first stage of the game. You have Fizz. Here has a pretty large Blue Dragon. He throw his hammers in the direction you're facing, and you have the possibility as well to have a super attack that takes a little bit off the yellow gauge that you see on the bottom.
本作、操作は非常にシンプルでして、攻撃とジャンプ、 そして後ほど解説するスペシャル技の3つ
And
となっ
you
ており
can
ます。
refill that bar by getting these little triangle, basically coins.
ゲームとしての目的なんですが、
And
このコー
other
ス
than
の最後
that,
にある
there
オーブ
we
を取
go.
得
We
するこ
finish as soon as we get
と。
the
これで
gold.
アクト1クリアとなります。
If you remember the GDQ memes, we're going to have it in full force during this run.
続いてア
And
クト2。
we're
こ
directly
のゲーム
going
のいい
to
ところなんですが
Act
そのままね次のステージに進むときには全体マップに戻る必要がないんですね。
2.
でまた今画面の上部で会話をしているんですけども、その時もゲームが止まらないというね、
You can
非
see
常
the
に
like
テ
the
ンポ
head
よくプレイで
animations
き
as
る
well.
心配り
on
の
the
行き届い
characters.
た
It's
システム
actually
となって
pretty,
おり
it's a
ます。
pretty cute game. You have to be very cautious not to fall.
What is the bottom right for? Is it like a selection of power up that you get throughout the game?
ここでフィズ君のスペシャル技。
So yellow bar, you can have like a certain set of like power
た
up,
だ
like
使用
extra
には
power
ラ
ups
イフ
that
の
your
下に
characters
ある
get.
ゲージを消費するので使いどころが
For Fizz, it's some sort of dash attack, basically. And makes us go a little bit faster, but it
さあ、アクト
depletes
さん。
the gauge pretty quickly, so you have to
各
be
ステー
pretty
ジは
cautious.
3つのアクトに分かれています
So at 3, first we have this climb
そして
tunnel, just
ア
going
ク
to
ト
there
3
we
の
go.
最後ではボスと
It's
戦う
pretty
ことに
hard
な
to
り
actually
ます
hit it on the first try if you try to hit it
さあこ
out
の後ちょっ
like
とだけギリジャンが入
if
り
you
ます
try to hit it without
ちょっ
seeing it
と
at
だけギ
least.
リジャン OK
And
ここでギリジャンに成功して
so
おく
that's
と
just it's basically a mix between a puzzle and a platformer where you have to switch between the different characters. There's only one right now, but you're going to see more as we go by. And so what I haven't told you, this game isn't really like a 2D platformer. It's what we call a 2.5D
ここは立
platformer.
体保護と呼ばれ
And
る特
this
定エリ
is
ア
why.
各ステージに一つずつ存在しています
This is like
いわゆるこれ
the
奥
Salty
行
was
きがあ
talking
る
about earlier.
2.5次元のエリアとなっております
This is basically the
なのでこ
0.5 part
の奥行きを利用
of
し
the
たギミックなんかも
2.5D
後ほど
where
登
you
場
have
してい
like
きます
all
面
this
白い仕様の
depth
フロアですね
perception, so you have to be very cautious of what you do. And of course,
さあこれで
getting
ステージ
the
1
part
の
at
ボス
the
ビ
end
ッ
of
グ
the
ター
third
ボ
act, we're going to have this boss here, this massive bomb.
ここは
And
ゴリ
we're
押しが
just
成
going
功法
to spam our hammers, 6
最後の
points
部
of
はで
damage
き
per
るだ
hammer,
け画面上部で取るとタイム短縮につながりま
800
す
HP
これ
for
でステー
boss.
ジ
It's
1シロップ
going to
平
be
原クリアです
done pretty quickly. And we're done with Sour Plains, which is the very first stage of the game.
さあステージ2のクッキー砂漠
Stage
believe it-
新しい仲間が力
So
を貸
stage
してく
2
れま
is
す
Cookie
ここで
Sans.
仲間になったのは
You
砂
have
漠
this
の
new
ドラゴン
character
と
right
ソラ
there, this yellow dragon.
RTA では研究によって可能性を広げてくれたね非常に素敵なドラゴンです
And her specialty is a claw attack. So we're going to see. We might be going to see that a
この
little
後ちょっ
bit
と
later.
難しめのショートカットに挑戦
So here we're just
この
not
部分
going
は
to go into
風
quick
が
sound
吹いている
because
ので
it actually will
その風に乗って
slow us
大ジャン
down pretty significantly. We are
もう
in
一度
speedrun after all.
大ジャンプそして OK スイッチを一つショートカットに成功
And here we're going to use the wind to our advantage, making sure we don't. Oh, there we go. Nice, nicely done. Getting rid of the mobs there.
ここで空子にキャラチェンジ
And
空
there
子
we
の
go.
特
This
徴
is
は
where
こ
you
の
switch
砂
to
ブロックを
Sorako,
掘ることができます
where she has a claw attack. However, we're going to switch
ただ
immediately to
空子は
Fizz
水
because
が
we're
苦
going
手
to
で
have
泳ぐこ
a
とができないというね弱点があります
And Sorako
ド
is
ラゴンによ
not
って
able
得意な
to
こと違うから
swim, and if she does fall into the water, she's going to lose HP.
力を合わせて
pretty
進む
quickly.
というのがね大事なゲームになっております
Also keep in mind that all the characters share
ア
the
クトに
same
は砂漠
XP
の
bar,
オア
so
シ
you
ス
need to be very cautious
空子はここで釣りをするのがスキーとのこ
how
と
you use your characters to make sure not to lose a life. By the way, you're wondering
ここ
what
で
the
空子の
coin
スペシャ
and
ル技
rest
ドリル
are. So coin
ビリ
is
ブロックを
there
掘
we
り
go.
進むことができます優秀な
I'll
技
explain a little bit later. So the special attack
そ
of
してこの
Sorako
後の
is
立
spin
体保
attack
護で
upwards,
奥
basically
行
like
きを
a
生かした
drill
ショート
attack.
カットに挑戦しますなかなかに難しい
That
ので
can
決まっ
break the
たら
box
ぜ
is
ひ
pretty
拍
high
手をい
up.
ただき
It
たい
does
ところ
deplete the special bar.
さあこの後
So you need to be pretty
飛び越え
cautious
て
here. You need to time it right.
よいしょ OK
So like I said,
画面
you
奥
have
をすり
to
抜けて
the
手前の足
coin
場に
and
着
the
地ということ
rest.
で一気にショートカットしました
Coin is the, of course, basically the number of coins you have. Oh, let's go to wait a little bit there. There we go. Because it switches pretty often from one 90-degree angle to the next. I'm going to be able to explain something. But here, what we're going to do here, right before the screen starts, we're going to go back to the plaza and go back into the level. This is going to save us a few seconds compared to just doing it the normal way. So as I said, we have coin and rest. Coin is, of course, the number of coins you have. If you get over 100 coins, you get a life, which is going to go into the rest part. So rest is actually the number of lives you have left. So for now, it's pretty low. We're at 5, but by the end of the run, you can expect this number to be pretty high. And Act 3, which is basically our favorite stage, the auto-scroller. There's not going to be much to say. It's just going to...
しばらく強制スクロール続きますので、ここで一つ紹介を入れさせてください。本イベント RTA in Japan はチャリティーイベントです。イベントを通して得られた収益は税金などを除く全額を国境なき医師団に寄付する予定となっております。皆さんもぜひこの機会に寄付についてご検討いただけますと幸いです。
In One Day Fizz, which is our blue character right there, he has a terrifying nightmare in which the world turned black and white and all the living creatures stopped moving. Except that when he woke up, a massive, omniscient and omnipotent dragon, Taonga, suddenly appeared in front of him and told him that the dream could happen in the future, but in order to change this, Biz and a total of 5 other dragons must join forces to protect the orbs that are scattered throughout the world. And we're just going to do our little adventure. Here, you can see the hammers that have been thrown. This is to reveal the doors.
本来の倒し方は空子で時折打ってくるカプセル対応を跳ね返すこと。
So it's going to be a little bit different. You're supposed to use Sorako and drill the caps back into the tank, or the window of the tank. But if you just spam your claw attack, it's going to go.
これで一気に撃破ですね。
And we are done with Cookie-sans. I'm sorry, I talk quite a bit. I've interrupted you a few times at least.
No, that's okay, that's okay. So, yeah, so the characters, we will get all 6 characters by the end of the game. Will all of them be used at least once?
Yes. They will all be used at least once.
森のモフモフガールということでね。
Forest number 3, so we are going to have our third character, so here.
モフということでね、まさにノーベル賞級のね、可愛さを持ったドラゴンです。
Because here you're supposed to use Leafa, which is the green character you see down there.
しかしちょっとね、動きがゆるふわなところがあるので、出番はもう少し先になります。ここはフィズ君のすり抜けハンマーでスイッチをして、
though it is definitely slower, so I'm not going to use that exactly how it's intended.
空子のドリルで一気に勝負。
And oh, we made it. It's a very tight trick here, where you're supposed to go all the round, but if you time your drill perfectly, you're able to go through the door and lose a little bit of, gain a little bit of time.
この植物は捕まると特殊なダメージ表現が見られるんですが、今はタイムロスなので捕まらないように気をつけていきましょう。さあこの後ドリル保存。
Also, all of the orbs are associated to the dragon's color in the stage.
Yes.
ドリルからキャラチェンジ。
So you're going to have 6. Well,
ドリルを発動することによって移動距離を大幅に伸ばしてショートカット成功。
And here we're going to not exactly sequence break, but we're going to skip a lot of the level by just using the drill and going up directly.
そしてこの先ほどから時折いるキャラクターたちなんですが、話しかけるとね、役立つ情報をいろいろと教えてくれます。話すことによって達成度が上がるというやり込み要素にもなっているので、各地のキャラクターと話すのもこのゲームの楽しみの一つとなっております。さあ、アクト3は1マップ目が大事。規定の位置から。
So you have this poisonous water. So we have to make sure not to fall in there.
このターボンを踏めれば OK。最速の周期。
And we have our 2.5D section that is back. Yep, very nicely done. get the platform.
ここで、満を持してリーファちゃんの登場。矢がマップを一周してスイッチを押してくれます。
There we go. Yeah, because as long as you see everything, it is definitely going to be useful to. Definitely going to be useful to use them.
さあこのフロア、紫色は毒の水なので、耐性のないドラゴンが触れると即ミスとなってしまいます。上下しているので、最速の周期で抜けていきましょう。
Water can rise and fall pretty drastically. There we go. We got the cycle without any issues.
ステージ3のボスは、前半ローテを早めに突破できるかどうかが大事。モスターボ。
This moth-like boss.
OK、最速で残りはリーファちゃんでこの位置、頃合い、この角度。
Surround themselves with some bugs, so you just have to
リーファちゃんはこのホバリングが可愛い。
and we will be done. It's a game that goes by pretty quickly, actually. When you have the 6 characters as well, the game is not exactly complete, but
さあやってきました、ステージ4のベリー火山。ここでは炎のドラゴンリュトロン君が仲間になります。
Alright, and we are at Berry Volcano, which is going to give us our new character, Rithron.
リュトロン君、非常に強力なキャラクター。
So Rithron is the only dragon
羽ばたきによる3段ジャンプが可能です。
able to flap his wings, so he will help us navigate through the stages faster.
そして移動速度も仲間の中でナンバーワンという特徴があります。
twirl attack, which is going to
そしてこの羽ばたきなんですが、実は内部的にはジャンプとは別扱いということで、キャラチェンジを駆使するとこのように疑似4段ジャンプまで可能。非常に強力なキャラクターです。しかし、だからといってここから先全部リュトロン君でいいじゃんとね、ならないのがこのゲームの面白いところだったりします。
With the twirl there is going to destroy the green blocks, which are basically like sort of leaf blocks.
そこで再度登場のプレデタープランツ。植物なのでリュトロン君の炎で燃やすことができる。仲間の力を生かすギミックとしても秀逸なデザイン。
And no worries there, we have the first orb.
さて、この後のアクト2なんですが、この次のマップ、本作で最も難しい壁抜けショートカットに挑戦します。ここまで決まったらぜひ拍手をいただきたいと思います。
There's a bit of kind of inspiration for those enemies. Like I think I've seen them in one of the GB games.
It's very, at least I know it's very Kirby inspired. Okay, so here here's going to try skip. Circle. Oh, nice! Got through first try. You're supposed to wait in the alcove and then wait for it to go up.
これによってね、10秒以上の短縮に成功しております。
Very well done by the runner here. Penta is actually the world record holder of this game, with a world record of 35 minutes and 29 seconds in in-game time. It's not specified what is the time RTA, but I did calculate it, if I recall correctly, with 39:59. So the estimate is actually pretty large.
But doesn't there could be like major mistakes that could happen aside from maybe instantly die, but it doesn't look like it's something that is easy to do by accident.
There could be a few tricks that could take a lot of time. There are some tricks that are pretty rough near the end of the run. And especially when you have, when you die, you reset at the beginning of the stage. So you can lose quite a bit of time if you don't play cards right.
Those are the cutest forms that I've seen ever.
Yeah, the designs of the creatures is absolutely like the designs of the dragons is.
紹介が遅れたんですが、リュトロン君のスペシャル技はこのファイヤーボール。ゲージ消費が大きいので連発はできないんですが、ダメージはもとより今のようにね、少し反動で浮き上がるというところもね、また優秀な技です。
Pretty quickly here. You can notice the twirl here. This is to make us go slightly faster. And there we go.
さあ、この後のボスは 最速で倒す前にはシビアな目押しを連続で成功させる必要があります。ビッグ
You're
リ
going
フ
to
ト
understand why. It's a pretty complicated setup.
あ、OK じゃない。
Oh, that is unfortunate. Because you're supposed, like the fast kill on the boss, you're just supposed to.
OK! よし OK! 反応をキャラチェンジしてます。
Yeah.
OK!
Because you gain quite a bit of time by doing this. Because you're not supposed to wait until the hand is down to do the rest. And from there you
最後は
do
できる
some
だけ画面の上で
attacks
オー
and
ブを取
you're
得して
done.
最速のクリア。1回ミスしちゃいましたけどね、なかなかいい感じだったです。
So it's about 5 seconds lost on the boss, but it's nothing major.
さあ、ステージ5はフロートアイランド。
Gone to world number 5, which is Float Isle.
本作のステージ名なんですが、食べ物の名前プラス地形の名前ということでね、非常に統一感があっておしゃれな
Cuba
名
will
前に
be
なってま
our
す。
dedicated swimmer.
ちょうど星のカービィシリーズに近い感
We're
じ
going
で
to
すね。
see one of his abilities very soon at least.
ここでステージ5からの仲間、キューマ君にチェンジ。
He's able to
キューマ君の
glide
特徴
on
は
top of
こ
the
の
water.
水上での
See
サーフィン。
the waves.
圧倒的な移動速
There.
度。もちろん水中での移動速度もナ
Which
ンバーワ
means
ン。
we
水の
can
ステージだった
go
ら敵はいないという
significantly
ね、非
faster
常
on
に
water
心強い
stages.
仲間です。
Because of course Fizz can actually swim, but
スペシャル技がですね、水面を動かすというね、非常に面白い技なんですが、ちょっと
He does have a fishtail, so he's a bit more aerodynamic or water dynamic.
And there we go, the skip there, very well negotiated, just burning with Rithron to actually go with Kuma
ここは
right
ギリ
afterwards.
ギリを
You're supposed to go below and then above, it takes a little bit of time. So it's just a matter of optimizing the use of your characters a little bit.
さあ、アクト2は
And
水中ステージ
you
なので9
have
幕。
you have the stage that is
仲間にはそれぞれ
entirely
得意
so
不得意
you're
があるという
not
話
going to
が
have
以前に出ました
many options for your characters at least.
今フィズ君が言ってるようにソラコとリュトロンは水が大の苦手です。
And you're supposed to have a third ability that is going to be shown a
あ
little
ら
bit
かじ
later.
め
So
効
you're
果
going
を
to
発
have...
動しておくことによって
Yep.
残存効果により水中でドリルが使用可
There
能。
we go. Very well negotiated there. Switching first to Sorako for the drill attack and then switching back to Kira. As you can see, the life bar is
そ
actually
してもう一人水が大
relatively
の苦
low,
手
so
なド
we'll
ラゴ
have
ン
to
が
be
い
a
ま
little
す。
bit more cautious.
炎のドラゴンリュトロン君。
This is what I was talking about by you need to be cautious with your attacks there. There we go.
だがそれも戦わない理由にはならないということで葉っ
That
ぱブロッ
works
クを
a
燃やしてもらいまし
little bit wonky, but we got it. We
た。
got
立体保
it.
護区は
And as
こ
you
の
can
下が抜
see,
けられるので少しショートカット。
there we go, this section there. You can easily get hit by the mob falling on top of you. But keep in mind, you're not supposed to have the stage done this way. You're supposed to use one of the abilities of Kuma, which is to control the water level at will.
最後は水流に乗って
But we're not going to use it because it's actually faster to do it this way.
アクトにクリア。
Alright, Act 3.
さあ、夕焼けが美
This
しい
level
ア
is
クト
actually
3
mostly done over water, so
ここまでね、
we're not going to
お
use
気づきの方
Kuma
いらっ
as
しゃるか
much
もしれ
in
ません。
this segment.
実は本作ですね BGM ステージ BGM が全曲イメージに合った専用曲というね豪
Also,
華なゲーム
like
です
the background music for
可
this
愛い
game
キャ
is
ラクター
actually
と
pretty.
素敵な BGM ということで動かしてるだけでも楽しいゲームになってます
Here we're going to try. There we go. Fire attack to make sure to go to kill the lasers. It's a one-hit KO if you hit the lasers, basically.
さあここでキューマ君のスペシャル
So
技
here,
水
let's
陣
switch to
を使
Kuma,
いま
and
す
there we go. We're going to use his
水面を動
ability
かすという面白い能力なんですが
rain
チャー
the
ジが
water
長くてで
levels
すね
and
ま
rise
た
the
ゲージ
water
も
levels
全
in
消
this
費という
case.
癖が強い技
He's bring the water levels to where he was standing.
Okay, I thought I knew the game. And I know someone who ran the 100% normal difficulty last
とい
year.
うことで、最後の1回は先にチャージをしておいたので早めに発動できます。
Alright, and you can see the danger shark, and
個人的にはすごく
going to have a
デザインが好みのボス。
so here it's going to be basically a combination between having Leafa or the arrows. The RNG is not exactly kind. Yeah, the RNG is not exactly kind this time. But...
相手の行動パターンに
Enemy landing there.
ここから
So here what's going to happen? There we go. Just going to...
相手がこのビリビリに突っ込んでくれれば最速で倒せます。
From there, we're going to have the boss
throw
itself.
その時はリーファちゃんで撃っていきましょう。
Oh, never mind. Okay. They...
もうちょっと。
Oh wow, that is some bad RNG. That is some very bad RNG. Wow. Because if you had good enough RNG, you can actually make the shark go into the water. Oh, and funny thing, there we go. You have the two characters that cannot swim that actually looked at their hits during the victory
ここで
animation.
ね、重要キャラのルーベルちゃんが仲間になります。さあ、ルーベルちゃん
Right,
何
and
が重要かというと、
Polis is going to be our basically our last stage where we're going to find our new new
ワイヤーアク
characters.
ションとワイヤージャンプ。
We have Rubel. Rubel the pink dragon who uses her ribbons as some sort of grapple. We're definitely going to abuse this in some way a little bit later.
さあ、こ
The
こで
pink blocks here can only be manipulated
ド
by...
リル保存。
Yeah, the pink blocks can only be manipulated by Rubel.
挟まれて、
Okay, so here we're going to be stuck in the wall.
いともたやすく行
Switch
わ
to
れる壁
Sorako,
抜
and
け。
there we go. That is very good.
ありがとうございます。
If you get stuck in the wall and do like a certain transformation, the wall just will not apply. And you have these slime dragons that you have to avoid. Because if you get hit by their tongue, you're going to have a bad time. So here we switch to Rubel again.
さあ、ルーベルちゃんにはもう一つ特殊な能力があります。この紫色の水は毒の水なんですが、
Oh yeah, and there we go. Here we actually use Rythron to burn the bridge. This is actually intended, by the way. This is why you have to be very, at least, you have to know a lot about the different characters to actually go past this game.
I would have thought that the pink water was actually poison or death water, but you cannot go in. Or at least take damage.
さあ、この後も
By the way, yeah, Rubel is the only one that is able to swim through the water there. We're going to do a return to Plaza Skip again.
まずは車内を進めています。
So we can gain a little bit of time before doing this train section. There we go, activating switch to go a little bit faster on the up. And here we have the lasers, withstanding the Mister Cycle. This is fine.
何これは
Because we managed to get
グリーン車ですね。
the other cycle. That is actually pretty slow too. You have to wait for the lasers, so
中ボスはフィズ君のすり抜けハンマ
there we
ー。
go. We use Fizz to kill the enemy that was trapping the train conductor. That is going to let us get out of the
駅
train.
構内を進んでいきます。ここでもリュトロン君の機動力が大活躍。
From there, we're going to continue our way through. And again, using Rubel for different pink blocks.
雪が降る中を進むアクト3。 私はこのステージの曲が一番好きです。ということで、しばしチルタイムをお楽しみください。
Act 3 of Candy Palace. It's actually a pretty standard stage. There's not many skips to talk about, at least. There's going to be a 2.5D section near the end, but there we go. You can see as well. I didn't really talk about it, but if you get 100 coins, you actually get a new life identity counter. And as I said, you could expect the rest part to go into the double digits, and you can see 13 lives. So we can actually say that it's going to be fine in terms of lives. There is not going to be a game over.
Is it the final really very difficult or something?
It's going to be the final world is going to be a little bit harsh.
ステージ6のボス、ネオンサインの猫。
So we arrive at the Neon Cat.
まずはファイヤーボールを多段ヒット。
And here our objective is just to burn him completely.
さらにもう一発。
Fireball again. So we don't have any special left, which is the special, which is the yellow part. And we are done with World 6 Candy Palace. We have reunited all the dragons. And from there, we're going to have a discussion. Because Taonga tells us that the prophecy that was shown to Fizz in the stream is about to be realized. And he says, at this point, I think you need to show you're ready for this task, because it is an extremely difficult task to do. So what is going to happen is you're going to have to fight me. And from there, we basically fight Taonga to prove we are worthy.
タオンガさんの行動パターンのうち、連続ワープをされるとちょっとタイムロスになるので、連続ワープだけ来ないようにお祈り。
This stage is a little bit RNG, so you have to pray a little bit that it's not going to go too badly.
いいですね。
It's whenever to prove your worth, you actually just have to throw hammers and it works.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you could use the different characters, it's just that using Fizz and his hammers is actually the fastest way.
倒しきれるか ?OK!
There we go. Oh! Oh, down. Getting hit right at the last second, but... But yeah, we have proved we are worthy, which means we're going to move to the last world of the game, which is Macaron Moon. And this is another auto-scroller, ladies and gentlemen. This one is, I think, the longest in the game as well. So...
そして実はここタオンガさんが話しかけてくるときはですね、目がこちらを少し向いてくれているという、すごい優しさを感じる。
Because to be fair, there's not much to talk about in this auto scroll. It's just going to be this flight section.
Well, you don't make a game without having a mandatory auto scroller at some point.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we have the we have the speedrun timer on the bottom, so he's aware. The dev is aware at least that there are speedrunners that are planning to play as well.
平原から始まって次が砂漠。
So yeah, for those wondering, so if you're actually interested in this game, know that it's currently on sale. On Steam, it is actually on sale on 30% off.
ちょっと RTA なのでお見せできないんですけれども、ステージ開始時にキャラ同士の掛け合いがあるんですが、
if I recall correctly, it's also available on the Nintendo eShop at a reduced price.
さあ中ボスは、ステージ3のボスだったモスターボン。
I've seen a whole lot of 2.5D elements overall, like only a couple stages.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly 2D, but there's going to be at least a couple, like, 3D stages to give, like, 2.5D stages to give the impression of depth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, earlier I was thinking, oh, so they just changed the name from Fez to Fizz just to avoid copyright strikes.
Speaking of 2.5D, by the way, we're directly switching into a 2.5D section. And getting the first orb.
さあ、この次のアクト2なんですが、研究によって大幅短縮がされたステージになります。本来は画面を回転させながら進むというね、非常に長いステージですが、1、2の3ということで、まずはここを。
Very well negotiated. This is a hard skip to do.
そして、この次ですね。
Because you have to.
この次のマップは本来迷路マップになっていてですね、非常に大回りで進んでいかなければならないというステージでした。
He used to do with Rubel here, but using Qma is actually pretty good.
ドリル保存からリーファーちゃん。
So here what we're going to do here is
そしてドリルを解放。こ
through,
の右上に見れる出口が実はゴールの出口。
and then just flying into the door. There we go.
ということで一気にクリア。
Nice.
And Act 2 is done because you're supposed to basically completely manipulate the gravity, go to different places, and using this setup just makes you go ever so slightly
ス
faster.
テージの長さもさることながら
So Act
難易度
3 is
も高い
going
ス
to
テ
be
ー
ever so slightly different. I'm going to
ジ。しか
pause
しです
from
ね、
time
こ
to
のフィ
time
ズと
so you
虹
can
色の
hear
星と
the
いうゲーム
changes in the music.
RTA をするとなると、まあ難しい部分
And
も
at
ある
least
んで
the
すけれ
changes
ど
in the
も、
colors as well.
通
Because
常プレイをする分
paying
にはね、
attention
非
to
常
the
に
stage,
遊び
you'll
やすい
notice
ゲー
the
ムとなって
music
おり
is
ま
going
す。
to be slow and
キャラ
more
クターの操
distorted
作性も非常にい
as
い
we
で
go
す
through
し、
the stage. And the
マ
colors
ッ
are
プ
going
ご
to
と
be
にです
more
ね、
muted.
オートセーブになってるんですね。
So for now,
なので、
it is
初めて
actually
アクショ
like
ンゲームを
it's actually
遊ぶとい
normal
う方に
colors,
とっ
but
て
as
も
soon
ね、
as
非
we're
常に
going
お
to
すすめのゲームと
change
なっております。
through the next stage, you're definitely going to see the difference.
さあ、ここは、左右ルートがあるんですが、速い左ルート一択。
And there we go.
リュートロン君、リーファちゃん、
So here, pretty
ルーベルちゃんの
big
絆
setup
パ
to
ワー
make
で
sure
突
to
破。
go over the barrier without having to break it.
Nice.
Right.
Also seems to that are all the Wind enemies, Wind colored enemies that also spawn throughout the final stage.
皆様、
As you can see,
フレーム
music
パー
got
フェクト
slower,
のです
more
ね、スタンプ
distorted.
の準備をできればお願いいたします。フレームパーフェクト。ここから画面奥からラスボスがですね、画面全体石化。
Even ourselves are losing our colors.
Oh, that was a very rough thing. He was trying to avoid like this paralyzing attack by switching at the perfect moment. Because you can do that normally by
OK。
going to the door. There we go. Going through this, like getting
ポーズ解除ですね。
protected by the
一瞬
wall.
のフレームパー
But
フェクト
if
で
you
回避
switch
する
at
こ
the
とができ
perfect
ます。
moment, you are actually able to do it. So
さあ、ここ本来は上に進んでいくステージ
very
です
well
が、
done.
無理やり右に進んでいます。
So here, there we go. And you have to time it to the music because you're the tuk 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 tick, and when you hear the tick is where he actually just is stuck.
さあ、もう少し。ラスボスの影響で画面のサイド、
That's
鮮やかさ
the
が下がってい
second
ま
to last
す。
screen, actually.
皆様の画面は正常です。
Well, all the colors have been lost now.
Yep, including the colors of the characters. So here, what we're going to do is just going
さあ、ラスボス
through
のオリジンターボン。
our.
このボスを倒したらゲームクリアとなりま
So
す。
we have the final boss, which is going to take the basically.
まずは
It's going to take around like 4 to 5 minutes.
イベントが進まない。
It's a pretty long
ド
boss
リル保
there.
存をしており
So
ます。
what's going to happen is this boss has 7 phases. And in each phase, the boss will send us through one different stage that will help us getting rid of one color of orb that is surrounding him.
今までのステージでオーブを解放していくというイベント。
Also, you are only allowed to deal 50 hit points per phase, so you're not actually able to.
オーブ解放すると、
You're
空
not
が
actually
色を
able
取り戻した。
to skip phase. Here, 322, 320, 14,
そして
10,
一
come
定ダ
on,
メージを与えると、
300,
ま
and
た
then we're
次の
going
イ
to
ベ
hear
ン
a
ト
tick
と
tick
いった
tick,
具合で進行していきま
which
す。
means if you hit him, you will not deal any more damage.
Okay, so each phase has like a platforming section before doing the damage
この後ろに
phase.
ドリルをここでも解放して、
There we go. That's a very complicated setup to do because you're not supposed to do it this way. Hence the fact that you were basically doing this off camera, off screen. So 256, 250. We start phase 3.
さあ抹茶樹海。そう、このイベントすべての仲間に出番があるというね。
And as you can see, as we get the different colors, we're going to have more colors that are going to be displayed on different screens. So it was completely black at first, or at least black and white. And now you see a couple more colors in the stages.
さあこの後のベリー火山でも、またしても高難易度の壁抜けショートカットがあります。ここもね決まったら
Boss is also losing colors as well, with the enemies around.
You can see the background as well is gaining color.
空子から
Are those sections random?
Okay,
Which
so-
color gets
okay,
used?
This is
ルーベルちゃんで
a pretty rough section, so you're going to try get stuck with Rubel. Use Sadako. Oh yeah, that was a little bit rough. I think he's not going to be able to do it twice. I fear. Like he's going to be able to do it twice, but it's going to be rough.
あっとこれ時は
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he's going to have to do it the
どう
normal
しても
way.
うまくいかない時もあります。
You actually gain like a little bit of time doing this, but yeah.
Is it random which color you get? Like the order?
Yes, the colors are exactly in the same order each time.
Okay, so
Which are exactly the order in which you got them in.
ここまで来たら焦らずに。
That does make sense.
Yeah. So you're supposed to start with Fizz, Sonako, Bifa, Rithron, Kuma, Rubel. And finally Thanga, which is the yellow ones you can see.
さあこの後のキャンディーポリスなんですが RTA なので絶対に成
We
功させたいショートカッ
have
トがあります。
two
RTA なので
two levels left. 2 phases left at least.
一瞬待ってよし
Oh, very well
天
done.
井を抜けるた
That's
め
it.
に
That is very well done. Using the slime dragon to your advantage to actually skip basically the entirety of the stage. From there, just very good. We're going to
One
have
more.
one more phase.
さあラストはマカロンムーンこの尻尾の先が安全地帯になっているのでここから狙撃
So it's not going to be a world record, but it's going to be decently close.
この後ラスボスの HP を
So
削り切っ
here
たら
you're
タイム
this
ストップ
there we
となり
go.
ます
You just
最後
break by just spamming arrows, and then from there with one.
OK!
Oh, and time. Oh, that is close. That is really close.
35分30秒ですね
35 30. He's 1 second off world record.
さあ完走した感想なんです
He's
が
1 second
最後のね
off
壁
world
抜けだけ
record.
ちょっとお見せできなかったので残
Oh,
念ですが
oh, that's
この壁抜け
just because of the one
成功させたんじゃないかと思います
skipping the
ありがとうございま
boss.
す
Yeah.
さて、このフィズと虹色の星とい
And
う
also
作品
like the shark boss actually got very bad RNG.
どちらも今
Other
非
than that,
常
it
に
was
お求めやすい
very,
価
it
格
was
と
a
なってい
very
ま
good
す
run.
個性的で可愛いキャラクターとテンポの良いゲーム体験自信を持ってお勧めできるゲー
Yeah,
ム
it
で
does
す
look like a good touchdown under 39.30. Not sure about the next minute value of this easily, but It was some decent amount of time to save.
家に帰るまでが冒険です。これをお借りしまして、
Yeah,
そうです
there's at least a minute to save. Like, you can do a lot of things to completely optimize the game, but so far it's actually, so you can see the different characters, of course, and the people that worked on this game. So yeah, we're directly switching to the next game, which is going Sonokuni.
And so this is on your roadmap for 2026?
This in the Rainbow Plan is on my radar for 2026 at least. I'm definitely planning to speedrun it at least. And yeah, if you're interested, if you liked the game, know that it is on sale for PC and Twitch. And maybe I will probably try to speedrun that for future events. But yeah.
Okay.
It was nice commentating, and what did I say?
Yep, have a nice day. We'll be switching to Sonokuni Speedrun Mode Hard, and I did the switching a little bit early, so your name disappeared, but Ulvind has a channel as well, in which he uploads all of his runs, so most likely we will see Fizz in the near future next year. Are you going for any percent, or do you think multiple categories?
Well, I'll go for 20%, I think, for now.
20%?
We'll see how it goes.
そんな子でしたね。
Alright then. Then we'll be going for a little break before going for the next one. Thank you all for passing by, and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
私はハワイ旅行がいいなとか思ってたんですけど